Hey, loves, how are you? Today I'm guided to pull some messages that are going to be most beneficial for those of you who are going to watch this video today or whenever you find it. And with that, I will tell you that whatever you see on the title is going to reflect the content of what has come through. Okay? There you go. So let's see, what does the universe, what do our higher selves, the masculine and feminine collectives, the heart space, what's the most beneficial for us to know or be aware of or focus on in this time leading up to the eclipse that's coming up soon? Yes, let's see what we got. Let me know how y'all are doing in the comments. Tell me what's going on. We had a couple things. Some stuff fell in my lap that I'm gonna take. And it's been happening more lately, and I feel like that is a significant message in and of itself. And it feels like things are just gonna start falling in your lap, okay? Things that you've been praying on, meditating on, working for. It feels like right now it's coming to me that over the next 2 or 3 months, things you might have thought were not going to come to fruition, or things that you thought were going to come in a different way or a different fashion, which is all potentially true. Things that are in your true alignment as you continue to embody into your true alignment are going to fall into your lap. And with that said, I'm just going to read these first since that's where we're headed. I got the Five of Cups, the Empress, and the Two of Pentacles. And to me, this is definitely speaking to the divine feminine essences clearly. And the messages that are coming through, regardless of how you identify, is there's been this, well, this feels collective. I'm just going to go ahead and pan out with that. The energy of the earth on her belly is really coming out to me right now. Um, so as you've been willing to do your deep work, you've been learning how to embody into all of the chakras, grounding into your root, moving up into your higher power, been opening up into these energies through this process of facing the parts of yourself that you may have not been facing previously. And coming into this embodiment of the Empress energy through this process. Okay. It's like, wow. Okay. I feel like it was going on this journey of this initiation, opening up all of the potentials through that soul merge into all of the chakras, which took you into this deeper journey into yourself and into past life, ancestral soul, all sorts of things. Down the rabbit hole we go, right? But through that process is where you build the strength to embody not just your high priestess energy, but into your empress energy. The balancing of all of the queens, right? The queen of the physical world, of the emotional world, of the spiritual world, and of the passions, the purpose. It's like all of these things coming together, right? Like as the queen of truth, right? Moving through the distortions, moving through the lies, the internal distortion, the external distortion, and truly embodying into these energies. Okay, let's see how this rolls with what I have on the table because they said, what do they want us to know? The seeds that you've been planting as you've been moving towards your freedom have been taking shape. And there is a lot that you're not able to see that's happening. And it feels to me that as these last bits of what you haven't been able to see become unraveled, there's a huge opening through the whole core. So if there's any of you here identifying with feeling that you're reaching into some deep crevices of your healing, like you've done a lot, and you've kind of even gotten used to some of the flow of this process and accepting it, holding and learning to hold that space and grace for yourself, you may find that the deeper you go, sometimes it feels like the more you find, and then it's like, well, when do you just stop digging, right? And I'm with you because I feel like on a lot of levels, we're not meant to dig. We're meant to stand in our power and allow the universe and our higher self to show us where to focus our energy. And so what's coming to me, oh, there's a couple things. One, I'm being called to ask each and every one of you to look at what you might have coming up in your system or in front of you and ask yourself, especially for those of you who have been willing to do your shadow work in a world where many people avoid it, are there things and burdens and emotions that you're carrying that are not yours to carry? Are there burdens in your system that you took on for others? And one of the ways that you can know that this is a potential is if something keeps cycling around and you're not quite able to move through it or out of it, that is a signal that you can ask it to unravel back to the origin, that you're willing to do your part, but you're also willing to hand over someone else's information if it's not yours to carry, process, or remove. Okay. So you don't even need to know. You don't have to judge it. You can simply just ask for it to go back to the origin and the highest alignment so that you can come into your truth. I feel like there's some of you that are releasing, like almost like as you actually come to this realization that maybe some of the things you haven't been able to process out of aren't processing because they're not yours. The process is going to free quite a bit of your energy. So yeah, sit with that for a little bit. And it's really important for us to do this because I think sometimes before we understood this work, we were taking other people's information and burdens into our system with our intention of supporting or helping or in a compassionate intention. But then what happened is it didn't let them move forward and learn what they needed to do, and it overburdened our system so that we were not able to move forward in the ways that we're needing to do. And so I feel very importantly right now that as you let yourself release the burdens that weren't yours to ever carry, it's going to allow those seeds you've been planting the space to sprout. I feel like she's busting out of jail with this. It's like all of a sudden the crows are like the energy, the higher self is just like, okay, let's pull off this blindfold, let's pull off these strings. If there's more for us to look at, we'll look at it. But if this isn't ours to look at, well, then there's no sense in carrying it around because it's not only not doing me any service, it's not doing them any service. So let's let that go back to where it belongs so that everybody can process their own stuff and we can all move through these energies and into this more free, happy, joyous, abundant, prosperous, truthful, loving energy. Okay, loves, I like this. All right. This felt like important, and it really actually, to me, right about now, feels like the main message that wants to come through. Free yourself from the burdens that aren't yours. If you're not sure if it's yours or not, you can just ask. If this is not mine to process, please return it to the origin. Whatever is mine, I'm willing to face and I'm willing to clear, right? But if it's not mine, can't carry it anymore, loves. Time to let the baggage go. You have other things to free yourself to experience, and your energy is going to be of much more use going to these projects of love and support on the planet than being tied up in some burdens that you're not actually going to be able to process because they're not yours. Okay. Boom. That's important. We're going to leave that there. I do have the Sacred Circle of Love tomorrow. If you would like to join me, there are some spaces available. I will drop that in the comments. I also have some sessions available for next week. If you would like to connect, uh, still in the energy and essences of the eclipse and take advantage of that essence if you feel guided to partake. All right, loves, I love you so much. I know this was a short one today, but short and sweet, and I'm going to let you work with those energies and free yourself. All right, love you. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.